Okay, so I just want to take a minute to make this quick video about a really good support player I found just playing normals. And if you've ever played with me, you know that I hate playing AD carry for the most part because it's not fun unless you actually have a good support. And good supports are very rare to come by, even at Diamond Elo. So it was really refreshing to kind of see one. And I'm just gonna show you a couple of different things that she did that made her think, you know, this guy's really good at supporting. You know, he's controlling the lane, he's doing everything he's supposed to, really good. So we're playing Ezreal Zyra, and we're just camping this bush and seeing if we can, you know, kill anyone. They're playing Tristana and Morgana. Now, our comp is very much like a pokey, kitey type of comp. Theirs is very much like Morgana binds you and then Tristana just kind of kills you type of thing. They're very all-in, they have a ton of health type of thing. And what we want to avoid is just being engaged on by both of them at the same time, because we're pretty much just probably going to die. And what we want to try to do is we want to try to poke them down, and if we can get them low enough, then we can engage. So that's our plan heading into this game here. So they do a smart thing here, and they actually just go this way. And then we come back to lane here. We both miss one creep. Now I want you to pay attention to what Zyra does here. This is something I really like. When Tristana comes up to CS this minion here, she puts out pressure by trying to just throw a skill out here. Now she takes a bit of damage, which is fine, it's not that bad. But she's already dictating the pace of this lane. Tristana, already on the very first CS she's like tried to go for, Zyra is already harassing her. And I really like that. And she knows that, you know, she can throw a spell and then she'll have to walk out, because if she stays too long, then she might get binded, and that's going to be a really big problem. So knowing when to stay in and how long to stay in is really important as well. So you can see what kind of happens here. We're just staying in between or behind these creeps because we just don't want to get binded, because that would be really bad. So Zyra does a really good thing here. She puts on the ward so that we know exactly where this Morgana is and when she throws a bind. And then once we establish where Morgana is, we're going to try to get control of this lane here. Now we have 3 minions, they have 1 minion. So we know if we kill this minion quickly, then we can start to fight. And what you can actually see happen here is Zyra just opens up on Tristana, because what she sees is that Morgana is actually way out of position. She's all the way back here for whatever reason. But the thing is, we're both right here. We're both like really close together. So if Tristana tries to fight us, we're both just going to hit her at the same time. So right now it's very much me and Zyra against Tristana. So what she does is she recognizes this opportunity, and then she just opens up on him. And Tristana does the smart thing, she just backs off, because if she stayed there any longer, we would have unloaded on her with like multiple auto attacks. So Tristana did a really smart thing here. And you can see that we didn't really get much out of that play. We kind of forced a really uncomfortable situation for Tristana, and she happened to choose the right choice, and we ended up pretty much basically even. But the thing is, if you keep forcing these situations over and over again, eventually they're going to slip up, and then you can probably just like kill them or get them super low. So, and of course in that situation there is no possibility of us coming out behind. You know, there's no Morgana was too far away, so there was no possibility of us losing that trade. So forcing it right there was really good. So you can see Morgana's back here. You know, she's trying to fish for a bind. You know, she can bind Zyra, but she's so far away, and you know, it's not going to do that much. And I'm trying to position myself behind creeps here. You know, Tristana's last hitting, I just auto her once, try to get some harass off. And Zyra does a really good thing too. After I harass and it forces Tristana back, and Tristana wants to come back to try to see us, Zyra walks up and just harasses her as well. So now she knows that every single time she tries to see us, she's going to be under huge pressure. And you can see, no, she's already half health now. We're both still full health, so we're in a really good position right now. And you can see what happens right here. Tristana goes for this creep, and Zyra walks up and friends to auto attack him, friends to throw a spell out. And you can see that Tristana is scared. She's being pushed back, And now the lane is in our control. We dictate the pace of this lane, which is exactly where you want it to be at all times, because if you dictate the pace of the lane, then you can pretty much control how all the trades happen, and all that stuff. So Zyra gets binded here, and the number one thing I want you to do if you're an AD carry is to protect your support. So Zyra gets binded here, and I want to make sure that Tristana does not go on Zyra. So I immediately just start hitting Tristana, because I know she can't fight me. She's half health, I'm full health right now. But the thing is, Zyra is really, really squishy, so I want to make sure she does not get hit as much as possible. So she gets binded, but we pretty much come out even. We just trade a couple auto attacks, which is good. And I really, really like what she does here, so watch this here. Okay, and then we pretty much just finish him off here. But what exactly did she do there? So if you look at our experience bars, we're actually we're pretty much one creep from level ring right now. So what she does is, before we even hit level 2, she's positioning herself so that she can get in the right position to land, she actually didn't even have root, but she's positioning herself to start a fight the second we hit level 2. And the thing is, she's kind of baiting them at the same time, because she's kind of just walking forward into them right here. And they realize way too late that we're about to hit level 2. So what she does here is she just goes in, and then we just kind of pick her up, because they can't fight us. We're level 2, we have all their skills, we have extra health, we have extra damage, we have all this stuff. But that simple act of just walking forward as you're about to hit level 2, this is something that a lot of people still don't really seem to do much for some reason. But you know, if you have a level advantage, if you're about to have a level advantage, push it, because you're going to be stronger than they are. So I really, really like that right here. She forces a fight before we even hit level 2. She forces a fight as we hit level 2, which is pretty much perfect, which is exactly what you want. Because a lot of people, even at Plat, Diamond, whatever elo, get really caught off by this if you hit level 2 as you're walking towards them. So this is really good. And then I'm just going to show you what happens the next time we come back in the lane here. So I'm here, and again, we're going to watch what the Zyra does. Okay, you can see Tristana's walking up, she's trying to harass me, she's trying to CS, she's trying to do something. So what does Zyra do? She immediately opens up on him, which is exactly what you want to do. Now she spawns a plant behind him, which means, you know, if Tristana tries to fight me, this plant is going to fucking shit on her. So what I do is I walk forward, and I now am forcing a trade with Tristana. And you can see, I don't know what Morgana's doing here, but this is exactly what happens a lot when I play with solo queue, if solo queue supports, is they kind of just hang back, you know, and then it's very much just me against 2 people. So right now what's happening is Zyra's dictating the lane, she's dictating the pace of the lane. Tristana walks up to try to see us or harass, she's going to harass back. And this pretty much creates a really favorable position for us. And you can see, you know, she takes like half her health and damage here. And just through that simple act of just moving forward and attacking when Tristana was trying to harass me, you know, we've managed to get a ton of damage off on her. And, you know, Morgana, again, not really doing all that much. But this is pretty much how a lot of solo queue supports look like. Now, what she does here was actually super questionable the first time I saw it. But it's actually kind of brilliant. So, you can see what happens here. We hit level 3 as she walks up, and we kill these guys. Now, she does pick up every single kill, which is a bit unfortunate, but sometimes that happens. But let's take a quick look at that again. So she does the exact same thing that happened at level 2. And let me see here. Here we go. Okay, so if you look at her experience in the bottom left here, you can see her pretty much like 1 or 2 creeps from hitting level 3. Now, right here I was actually really scared for her, because there's a whole minion wave here, and if she gets binded, she's going to die like 100%. So I was really, really scared, and I wasn't sure what she was doing at this point. but the second I killed this creep here and we hit level 3, I realized. So what I did was I ran all the way up and got there to help her, because if I didn't come up, she was gonna die. So she hits level 3, we're both level 3. She lands a double bind and we just kill them both. And this is really, really smart play. You know, again, she kind of baits them because we're both level 2, she's kind of low and stuff. But as we're running, as we're forcing the fight, they realize too late that we're about to hit level 3 and then we go. And my mistake was not following her there. So you know, if they landed a bind a bit earlier, maybe she would have died or something, but watch Zyra's positioning here, and watch my positioning, and watch how far we get pulled apart from each other. You know, I already know that Zyra's a smart player, so she wouldn't do something like this for like no reason, so I should have just trusted her and then went up there with her. And you can see that we're way too far apart right now. Whenever possible, you want to stick with your AD carry, because you've already seen what happens when, you know, Zyra and I stick together and then it's just 2v1 against Tristana, and then Morgana's not far up enough to support Tristana. It just becomes a 2v1 lane. And Morgana really hasn't done anything at all, and it's just been Tristana trying to harass, trying to last hit, and we're just poking her down constantly. But as you can see here, I'm way too far away from Zyra right now, and if they win on her, it would be a 2v1 situation again. So you want to stay really, really close if you're support. And if you're a support, you want to stay close if you're AD carry. So I realize, you know, we hit level 3, I realize what she's doing, and I realize I need to get there as fast as possible or she's gonna die. And here we go. And yeah, we end up picking up the kill here. And then Tristana just kind of leaves after. But yeah, that was only like 2 different waves, and from those 2 waves we just straight up pretty much won the game. And if not the game, then we're gonna come out of landing phase really, really far ahead. So this is really good play. Something I don't see too often from supports, because I'm usually always the one that controls the lane. I'm the one that dictates it. But the thing is, as AD carry, that's really, really difficult to do, because it's just much easier for supports to do. Supports have the CC, they have the damage, you know, they have the free time to like do this, because AD carries have to like last hit. So yeah, so that's about it. Really, really good support, and I'm hoping to see more players like him.